NFC North battle in Week 1 between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals.
We are set to go. Evan McPherson to do the honors, and we are underway from Cincinnati. Fielded right around the 8.
And he's going to be out of bounds. Here's the run back. Will leave him shy of the 20-yard line.
Off the play fake, here's Pickett.
And his first pass is incomplete.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Pickett back to throw. Pass complete. George Pickens with it.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
And they'll run for the first time with Najee Harris.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
They were looking good on 2nd down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8.
Pickett, he'll look to throw it. They'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action Week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game has his team right on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
Pickett to throw on first down.
Washington's got it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. In motion left, Robinson.
Dialing up another pass here. Pickett.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Now Pickett.
And he's got it. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
Harris. He is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Pickett will look to throw it here.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Anytime they think they've got him over beyond the markers, you know they're going to throw it his way. And that's not going to change even after that incompletion was forced.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. This Bengal defense, they passed the first 2 tests. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Pickett.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked by Logan Wilson. And the Bengals are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. And the defense, Charles, they bent a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal there, the huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them out of the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
Here we go.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10.
At their own 21.
12, 12, 12. 11, 11, 11.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Six yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
11 MT, paint. 11 MT, paint. 11, 11, 11, 11.
This time Burrow will look to throw. And this one complete to Smith. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 10 yards there on a Bengal 1st.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
1 for 1. A lot more to go.
A first carry here for Joe Mixon.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Next to receivers, they'll spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
And Burrow going to slide to the ground as he does pick up the 1st down.
12, 12, 12.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
11, mighty. 11, mighty. 11 MT, 11 MT. 11 MT, 11 MT.
In motion left goes Boyd.
11 MT, paint.
From just shy of midfield.
Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Jamar Chase.
48 yards.
And the Bengals are on the board here first in the season opener. They said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And this is going to be intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
And the Bengals are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
And Brandon, how many times have we talked with these rookies out there, and then we finally hear from them that the game slowed down and they're able to handle things? Not so far for this rookie, because right now, back-to-back drives, they picked him off. Not college football anymore. He's got to find a way to handle what these defenses throw at him.
I'm one, right? 11, 11, 11, 11. 11, 90, 11, 90, 11, 11.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. Complete. Smith has it. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
12.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Here we go.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. And he'll be tackled at about the 35.
Here we go, here we go.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
11, Thomas. 11, 11, 11. 12, 12, 12.
Now Burrow. Buying time to his left. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick.
So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half, because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Another completion there, and you think about the draft back in the spring. He's selected in the first round, getting the start here, as we mentioned, in week 1. It's got to be quite a whirlwind for a young quarterback.
Absolutely, because going in the first round, people are going to clamor for you to be the starter right away, but many teams want you to get your feet wet first, maybe just kind of hang out behind a veteran starter. In this case, though, he ascended right to...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them, because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football.
Oh, it's intercepted. They got Pickett for the 3rd time in this game. And the Bengals are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
That pick hurts a little extra because it was third down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
That's what you call a rookie mistake. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. In motion left goes Boyd. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick.
So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. From the 39, Pickett. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
And Deontay Johnson just continues to build and grow in his NFL career. Finished 2nd in the NFL in targets on his way to his first Pro Bowl last season. Pulls in the catch there to pick up the first down.
Pickett now on 1st down. He's got this to Pickens. He'll get it inside the 20.
Touchdown!
George Pickens
with his first career touchdown in his first career game.
And the Steelers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Boswell good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards and just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one better than 20 miles an hour.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Whoa.
And the tight end goes in motion left. 14 yards that time and a first down on the keeper. From the shotgun, it's Burrow.
This goes out wide for Mixon. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. A first red zone opportunity of the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
11.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts. as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
On fire, ready? Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Another try for Mixon. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
Here we go.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal.
Mixon trying to punch it in. And this time he is in.
Joe Mixon.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Bengals have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that makes the score 14-7.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken at the 15, a short kick.
And a pretty poor return as he will dive to the ground to give himself up. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Bengals drive about to get going. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this 3rd quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey. He took a shot there, but boy, was that ill-advised from my viewpoint. Coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away with that one not being picked off?
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Really good effort. He does it himself, picks up 15, also picks up the first down.
11, 11, 11.
Here's Burrow. And he'll just get rid of it.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
11 mighty. 11 mighty. 11 mighty. 11.
They'll try and throw forward with Burrow.
Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And he is going to have the Bengals first down. It's a gain of 12 on 4th.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Here we go. 11 MT. 11 MT. 11 Tommy. 11, 11, 11. 12, 12, 12.
On 2nd and 7. Burrow. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 13-yard line.
11, 11, 11, 11.
And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
It's 2nd and 7 from the 9.
12, 12, 12. 11, 11.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Again, it's Mixon. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
McPherson's kick is good.
And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
Fielded right around the 8. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
They were looking good on 2nd down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8.
Off play action. Pickett. Out route, and he connects with Freiermuth. Pickett to his tight end, Freiermuth, for the Steeler first.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
To the air on first down with Pickett.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Chidobe with a pick.
And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Mixing up the middle. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Burrow scoring on a 2-yard keeper. And the Bengals are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. Throwing again on 2nd down. Pickett. Here's Freiermuth again. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. First and 10. Here's Pickett. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But they trim that lead down to just 2 scores. That's still a benefit to this squad.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth.
And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
So that a nice throw, but it hasn't really turned out to be the grand debut that many had hoped for. His team's down double digits. So what have you seen, CD?
About what I expected, really, because for a youngster making his first start in the NFL, I kind of expected to see these things. A few bumps along the way. Maybe not the plays you expect to see or want to see. But remember, he's not going to the Hall of Fame off this first start. It's going to be an accumulation of